Big up, everybody. Welcome back to TJ Warren TV. Welcome back to another match reaction panel show. Today, we have the returning champions, Dal and LC. 4-0 to the Asna at home against Atletico Madrid, as they say out there in Spain. I'm trying to say it like in the stream Dave does. Madrid,
Madrid?
But it doesn't matter because they got train ran through them. So they should just be calling them trains. The Train FC is what we should be calling because we ran it through them today. Big up, everybody. Smash the like, smash the sub. Go and subscribe to Donversation TV and subscribe to this channel if you have not already. Okay, who wants the first shot?
Don C does.
Okay, I do.
Yeah. Yeah, welcome.
First and foremost, yeah, we have to introduce this properly. Lads,
cheers.
Yes,
cheers,
yeah. Okay. On this Arsenal victory, see today, yeah, when I brought out one of my older Arsenal tops that could just about fit in nowadays, I thought, you know what, right? Is it going to be a defensive masterclass or a defensive stupidity, right? First off, shocking. Yeah,
we weren't good.
For me, it was shocking. Right? Okay, lads. Okay, disclaimer. I'm happy for the win, but please let me talk about Arsenal before.
I like how we have to give the preamble now. Like that's what we have to do before the chat comes after us. Anyway, keep going.
We have to. Do you know what? The first half was shocking. We should have scored. Declan Rice should have scored. He's got enough technical ability, yeah, to not hit the ball into the ground. I expect a Martinelli to do that. Right? For me, he had a very poor game because I don't want to take too much time up because I know that Dale's going to cook. You know what I'm saying? I can see him ready and he's ready to fucking cook. You get what I'm saying? That thick ass steak, you get me, yeah? So I'll try to be as good as possible. Like Declan Rice wasn't great. Yeah, even though he got an assist, that kind of paper over a lot of cracks of what I saw. He kind of played into their hands. For me, the game was, especially the first half, it was all about the fouls. We kind of knew where the referee was going after the first minute, yeah, when he gave that free kick away, that cheap free kick away, right? And the yellow card, yeah, in I think in the second minute. He was a person that he wanted to be the main character. He was very trigger happy. So we played a lot into their hands by you know, just the niggly pushes, the kicks and this and that, because we broke up the play. Yeah. Martinelli in the first half, right? He was horrible. That ball in, first and foremost, he was offside too many times. Secondly, that ball in just before that ball in, right? That hit his shoulder. That was a beautiful ball. I think it was by Timber.
Yep.
Right. I don't know how the hell he got in front of his defender and it hit his shoulder when he was supposed to be behind the ball. Yeah, that made no sense to me. But that happened, right? Come the second half. Oh, lads. Okay. Lads, before we start the second half, I want to praise Arteta for whatever he said to them in the second half. Yeah, in the tunnel. Yes. Because in the second half, we were a changed team. We stopped these niggly fouls. Yeah, instead of doing that, yeah, we played their game. You know what I'm saying? Even though I said on stream it wasn't a foul, we played their game. So whatever Arteta said worked. So big up Arteta in isolation, people. Right? Then came the goals. Right? I want to get into Lewis Skelly goal, but I have to talk about Gabriel.
No, you got to lead up to it. You got to lead up. You got to build. You got to build. You don't want to give away.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited. I feel like a kid in the caddy shop right now. Do you know what, right, lad? Like we had a foul. Declan Rice stepped up to the ball. He's had a bad game. He's had a really bad game. He was like, you know what? I'm not going to let this hurt me right now. He put a sensational ball. And at least one Gabby can actually keep their eye on the ball, ran in behind everyone. He was a speedster. He showed people why he's our captain. That header, yeah, in the mid left, oh my, keeper had no chance. Some people could say, do you know what? He should have got a hand to it. I say, who gives a shit? Yeah, that was a goal. Everyone celebrated, right? It was beautiful. And shortly after, I saw a young man from the hell end take on 5 players pushing them off like to say he was a QB in the NFL. He was like, yoink, you ain't touching me. Yoink, you ain't touching me. Yoink, you ain't touching me. Ran past and he passed it to Martinelli. That ball to Martinelli, yeah? Do you know what, right? I was like, what the fuck is he going to do? I swear last night he heard. He said, I'm going to put on my PlayStation and I'm going to press R2 and I'm going to finesse it right in the corner. And blood clot, what a goal it was, yeah? I'm kind of pissed off that he didn't say thank you to Lewis Skelly for doing all the hard work. But you know what, right? We all did because we're all thankful for this kid. This is what I'm saying. And to all of the haters out there that said that their players need more minutes to click, to score goals, to go past players, to look good like that, just remember he's had less game than Wirtz and he's got more fucking J than Wirtz. Wirtz, how do you fucking feel, you motherfucker? Keep crashing, you piece of dirty beep, 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 beep. That's all I'm going to say, yeah? And do you know what, yeah? Some people said about our striker, can he really do it? Can he do it in the Champions League? Can he score? Do you know what, right? I don't care how he scored. That one goal came off his hip. The other goal, you could say that he just bullied it through. Do you know what? Yeah, all I care about is the scoreline. Some people's strikers can't even score a goal, and they are a world record holder, yeah, in their fee. Yeah, they can't even get a decent GA. But do not shoot the messenger, please. Yeah, just tell your team to do better. Do you know what, right? I want to say I started off negative, yeah, but I want to say Arteta.
Gotta give credit where credit's due.
What I'm saying, like you started off with an offensive team. You played Skelly. You brought on Wanyeri. Do you know what? Yeah, when he brought on Wanyeri, all I said was, TJ, I'm glad I'm doing this stream with you tonight. This is what I'm saying. That's all I said on stream.
That's on. I had to get a kit to wear because the other two are behind me for this season. So that's why. Yeah, I'm wearing my Wanyeri kit, baby. The youth movement is here. The youth agenda is running, baby. We're running today. We're running today.
Impressive. Mate, do you know, I'm just so happy for this win. You know what I'm saying? Because it was against Atletico Madrid. A lot of people around said, you know what, right? Arsenal, that's one of their tough tests. Well, test complete. What are they going to say to come in front of Arsenal? I do not want to hear, are we going to win the league? Are we going to win the Champions League? It's too early for that. I'm just taking every game step by step. I'm just happy to be a part of this dance because there's teams like Man United are nowhere to be seen. They're not even in Europe's lowest cup. This is what I'm saying. So I'm just happy to be a part of this. So Arsenal, thank you for the 4-0 win. Arteta, you done well. Lads, do you know what? Yeah, on to Palace on Sunday.
Yeah, yep. and I'll tell you right now, I think we're gonna win that too. I'm getting a lot of guff out there. I'm gonna give my preamble and then I'll go into my thoughts on the game. I'm getting a lot of shit in a lot of group chats saying that I'm not talking with enough chest about this team. Bro, I've just been hurt too many times. You know, your girl cheats on you 3 times and you don't think she's gonna be doing it a 4th time, you know, just it's one of those things. So I'm warming up to the idea of starting to say we're going to do it all. We're going to win it all. And by win it all, I mean the Prem. I'm not talking about the Champions League. I think the Champions League is still too wild to be too confident for anybody to be too confident. Any of the teams that are in the competition at this point. But what I will say is I'm warming up to the idea that we are the favorites. Right now we are the favorites on paper. In my mind, I'm not there yet just because of the PTSD. Right. But the football that I'm seeing, especially in the last 35 minutes of that match, is starting to make me fucking believe. And even leading up to that, was the football great in the first 60 minutes? No, but we were controlling a majority of it. And really, in a Champions League game like that against an Atletico team that, you know, you shouldn't be too comfortable around these guys. This is the same team that beat Real Madrid 5-2, like what, 3 weeks ago? Like, so these guys can get at you if you're not careful. That being said, I was extremely impressed with our midfield, namely Zubamendi in the first half, because he seemed to keep it all together. Whenever there was any sort of counter opportunity from Atletico Madrid, he was locking it down, especially when you had Timber and MLS inverting way too much. He was moving backwards, kind of even playing in a third CB role. I've just been extremely impressed with how calm he is on the ball. I think that he's going to end up when we're talking about this season as a whole and we're looking back on the transfer window, he is going to be the one where we're going to say, not yet. No, I'm not talking about Gyökeres. I'm not talking about Nkapie. I'm not talking about any of our other signings. I'm talking about Zubamendi. Zubamendi bossed that midfield today, and he's been so consistent for us. I'm not hearing anything else. You can throw any stats at me. I watch football with my eyes. This guy has been solid, and I think there are several passages of that game where if we didn't have him there or we had another midfielder there like Marino or a TP5 going backwards, I wouldn't feel as confident, to be 100% honest with you. I think Zubamendi was immense today. Completely immense. And you know what we are, and I'm just going to go ahead and get into the final 30 minutes. Gabriel Magalhaes, best center back in the world. Yeah. This guy is fucking incredible. GA and the defensive stats to boot. I'm going to spoil it for you guys. Everybody's going to give Gyökeres man of the match, and good for him. He got 2 goals. No, 10 out of 10 from Gabriel today. Not one fucking foot wrong. Not one. This guy is so solid, and he is such a weapon offensively, man. You cannot not mark this guy. And they made that mistake twice. Twice they lost him during set pieces. Twice. And again, Gyökeres ended up finishing him, but Gabriel generated the chance off of the initial kick, bro. Like, this guy is head on a swivel in all facets of his game right now. He's fantastic. Fantastic. 10 out of 10 performance from Gabriel today. 10 out of 10. And Gyökeres, I'm not going to slander him. Was he hard to watch the first 60 minutes of the match? Yes. He was very hard. But one thing that I will say, though, is that he is working extremely hard. He is pressing the ball. He's running his ass off. And I was saying that with my, tongue in cheek a little bit during the first 60 minutes, being like, oh, well, he works hard, kind of being an asshole about it. But him working hard, him poaching those 2 goals, man, like that is a reward for how much he was running and how much he was contributing. Like, I'm telling you right now that this guy, if he just, I think if he continues to work, he continues to get into the right places, he'll start to produce a little bit more. Like, I'm not saying he's going to go out there and be like Holland, or, I'm not even saying he's going to go out there and score 20 league goals. But if he goes out there and he does what he did today and is there in key moments, like he could have had 3 if he was playing another goalkeeper other than Jan Oblak. That's, I'll say that chance that he had off the top from Martinelli, that he just kind of tried to dink in over the top. If that was anybody else other than Oblak, I don't think that scored. I think that scores. But anyway, that's just my opinion. Last but certainly not least, Martinelli, horrible start today. Horrible. Absolutely ridiculously bad. But he came through at the end there. He came through. Like, that finish from the Miles Lewis Skelly midfield charge, which, Dauncey, you put it perfectly, so I'm not even going to address that. That was absolutely incredible. But the finish there was Henry-esque. Brazilian Henry, bro. This guy went from Bolivian to Brazilian Henry today.
Shit.
Absolutely.
A little bit of a stretch, but okay. What the? No, keep going. I love it.
I'm telling you, man. No, it was one of those things where he was just, in the first half, he like you said, he just kept getting caught offside. It didn't seem like he was in tune with the rest of the starting 11. It had been a minute since he had started a match, so maybe he was just getting his legs on him. I don't know. I'm not in his head, but what I will say is that second half he completely redeemed himself. It was a very, very good performance from him in that second half. And then and I need to shout out Declan Rice today too. On set pieces, this guy is undeniable. Yeah. He is undeniable. I don't want to see Saka take another corner, okay? Declan Rice on both sides, in my opinion. This guy does not put a foot wrong. He put that ball right on the boot on that third goal, and it was on the Gabriel's second goal. Fucking incredible. Or was that the first one? I don't know. There were 4 of them. I don't remember. No, I think that was the first one, right?
Gabriel Martinelli and Gyökeres with the brace.
Yeah, I could not believe the placement on that. Perfect. Yeah. You could tell they rehearsed it, and it was fantastic. You can call me set piece FC, ole, all you want. They all count the same. And that was an absolutely perfectly executed play. Perfect execution, man. And last, and certainly not least, I will say it. Mikel Arteta. You did not shy away from the terrorist Al-Qaeda ISIS football that Simeone was going to play. 4-4-2, ridiculous, like bullshit. And by the end there, when it was looking like they might be able to draw, he was playing like 8, like he was like 9-1-1, like literally, no pun intended. Like this, it was freaking brutal. He was playing everybody behind the ball, and we were able to get through it. And he played creative players throughout the match. Eze, that's all we asked for. Eze might not have the GA, but this guy is so dynamic, he's dangerous, and eventually he is going to start bagging goals. But he is such a threat. He adds so much dynamism in that 10 spot that I can't wait. You know, hopefully we get a healthy and on-form Odegaard back to where we can put Odegaard in the 10 and just have another 10 playing off the left. Like, this guy is, in my opinion, one of the best creative midfielders in the Premier League, and he's finally at a club where he can get that socialized.
Yeah.
And I'm over the moon about it, man. Like, Mikel Arteta, I can't say a bad word, man. People are gonna say like, "Oh, TJ, you're a fence sitting merchant." No, like, Arteta played a great game today. Yep. I'm going to give him his flowers, and I'm going to keep it on stepping. On to Crystal Palace. Let's get it done. Dow, what do you think, bro?
I thought that it's impressive to get goals from open play. Now, as I was telling you backstage, unfortunately, I had a doctor's appointment today at noon, so I missed the first 70 minutes of the game. But I went back through while it was still on and watched some of the goals and highlights. Yeah, props to Arteta for letting the players, taking the handbrake off. Take the handbrake off. This is the result. It's not always going to be 4-0. Right? It's not always going to be 3-0, but I have confidence in this team now that I've seen more of it, that we can get 2 goals. That should be pretty much the baseline, in my opinion, at this point in time, right? I thought the Fulham game was pretty bad, but again, the handbrake was a bit on, and I don't know what made us fear Fulham at times, but that fear has gone away against Atletico Madrid, a team that absolutely destroyed their rivals a few weeks ago, 5-2. I mean, that's what I was expecting, that this was going to be a lot more of a cagier match. And like you guys are explaining, the first half seemed to be, but again, 0 goals in 9 games conceded. 0. That is the mark of winning something. I'm not going to go out on a limb and say the Premiership because we have 30 more games to go, right? But I am going to say there's 3 things I fear: Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and PSG. And that's all I fear. To be honest, guys, if we can play this way throughout the Champions League tournament, we will be in a final. We will be in a final. And I will say that with chest, because I don't see anyone but those 3 teams stopping us. Maybe Inter, maybe, but I'm not so sure about that either. So from my viewpoint right now, 0 goals conceded in 9 games is remarkable, is freaking fucking remarkable. It really is. It is. And that's the sign of a championship side. But I'm not going to push the Prem yet, because we know if City can get 4 or 5 games together and we drop points, here or there, which we can do under this manager that we've done for the last 6 seasons, it's going to be a tight 2-horse race. Maybe Liverpool picks up speed and we're looking at a 3-horse race. But right now, I am looking at lifting the trophy with the big ears. And I think that needs to be somewhat of, maybe 65% of what we're into, because the Premier League's tough. We have injuries, right? Can we go to Everton on a rainy Sunday night? Can we go to some of these places where we haven't had the best of luck. When the weather's shit, it's going to be crappy here in the next 2 or 3 weeks, right? And we know as what history tells us,
here you go. Here comes the rain. Here comes the rain again.
Right?
Yep.
And it changes things for our squad. Maybe not this squad, but I just can't put my neck out there yet and say we're going to lift a Premier League trophy because there's so much more football to play. But at this point, Carabao Cup, we want it. FA Cup, we want it. Champions League, we want it, right? And I literally think there's 3 teams in our way. The 3 teams I mentioned, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and PSG. We've seen what we can do against Madrid. I have no confidence. I have zero worry about Napoli, zero worried about PSV, zero worried about Benfica, whoever we get, in the future. But those 3 teams are going to put us to the test. I thought today was going to be a real test. And it slightly was from what I heard about the first half, right? Things aren't going our way. Arteta changed it up, another golf clap, and we got 3 goals in 13 minutes, and then Gyökeres with the 4th. And what this does for Gyökeres is this pumps him up for Palace. And if we can get the 3 points, is Palace home or away?
Home.
Home. Even more better.
We're going to smash them.
This could be the catalyst game for Gyökeres to really kick on. And that's what I want to see. I did a show yesterday with Ola and Tony Claude, and Connor jumped in and said, "What the hell am I watching?"
That was tough enough, man.
But with that being said, I got to get it with my man Ola's side. I demand something this season. And it's more than a Carabao Cup. It's more than the FA Cup. Those are the bottom dwellers that we can win. We have to win those and go on and win the big one. But I demand the Premier League as well. Shout out our man Ola. But I just 30 more games to play in the season. I just can't put it out there yet, right? But Champions League, we've got to be one of the top 4 favorites with the other 3 teams I mentioned. We have to be, and even like you said earlier, TJ, about Oblak, that goal that even, that shot that Nwaneri should have taken. If Oblak's not there, does it go in far post and it's 5-0? Who knows, right? But at least Nwaneri got some minutes. Skelly got some minutes, right? Eze looked phenomenal for the few minutes I saw him. And I'm very excited for Gyökeres because this is what we needed. I don't mind a striker holding up the ball, trying to make things happen and running the channels. But the thing is, strikers need to be putting the ball in the back of the net. And I don't care if it's a little tap in his foot or off his chest. The goal still counts either way. And like you said before, TJ, call us set piece kings all you want. What other squad is going out there and doing this with the best center back in the fucking world? And you're right, TJ, he is. There's no one else. There's no one else. No one else. You can go through our friend Staffy and Floss's team. Slabhead, big up Slabhead for the 2-1.
Yeah, big up Harry Maguire every single time. Cold hero, bro. Big him up.
Harry Maguire. No, I get it. But come on, he's not even in the top 5. Let's be real. The city's center backs, I'm not even going to name them, right? Because they were down in the dumps last season. So yes, I am full on with my boys Don C, TJ, and I know Connor's about to cook. And everybody, big up in the chat. This is a happy day for us because I thought this would be our most difficult test. Literally, I knew Liverpool would be tough, and obviously we got away at United at Old Trafford. We drew a City, but this was really the next biggest test. Am I wrong? I think I'm right.
So far in the Champions League, I completely agree with you. We still have Bayern Munich coming up, but guys, we're through. We're going to get through to the top to the top 8. We don't need to be worrying about any playoffs. Even if we drop points to Bayern Munich, which is a distinct possibility, we still have. Right. The only other team outside of Bayern that we have to play away is Inter Milan, and that's it. That's it. We're going through, guys. We're going through, boys. Like it's gonna happen. The rest of them we have to play like the Kazakhstani team, the Kazakhstani champions, and like Slava Praha, like one of those like Eastern European bloc teams. Whatever, doesn't matter. The point is that the Champions League we are cooking now. We have to keep. I completely agree with everything Dal said. I'm not saying we're going to win the league yet, but the way that we are playing football and the way that we are playing, specifically playing defensive football and bombing forward and taking our chances, man, especially on the set pieces, we're looking good. But again, we aren't Tottenham Hotspur. We don't declare ourselves champions in October. We are a real club. Connor, welcome to the channel.
Big up, Hendo.
Big up everybody in the chat, by the way, other than
Johnny
Staffy
Bonus in the
TV.
building.
Smash a like, smash a
go.
sub. Yeah, Connor,
Derek.
bro, you got to be buzzing.
Yeah, I'm buzzing. Big up to everyone on the panel. It's like first home, this place, isn't it, TJ? That's how it feels whenever I come here. So big up to everyone, big up to everyone in the chat. Big up Staffy, clearly enjoying some Champions League content because obviously his club doesn't really have that at the moment. So he's got to sort of drink in what Champions League football's like for other clubs. But you'll get there soon, mate, in about 10 years. It's all right. Anyway, listen. Yeah, I didn't expect that tonight. I expect us to win, actually, because I've been very confident recently of our recent performances. So I was expecting to win, but not in this way. Don't get me wrong, the first half was a bit shoddy. I want to get the bad bits out of the way and get into like the really good bits. The first half was a bit shoddy, I'm not going to lie. We had moments, nearly moments, and I was like, is it going to be one of these games? Is it going to be that haram ball that everyone's saying where it's going to be like them 0-0s, 1-1s, like defend for both teams, sitting back? But no, that first goal that we got, what a goal. Oh my God. I'm sorry, but on his day, Declan Rice has to be one of the best free kick takers.
Yeah.
Dare I say in Europe, like he is up there. I mean, that ball was so, I don't know if it's just like the Champions League he decides to do it in, like he just loves doing it on the Champions League stage, but that ball was so, the curve on that and Gabriel heading it into the box was absolutely fantastic. Oh, fuck off, Staff. You knew you were going to bring that up, man.
Hold that.
That's the most annoying thing about talking UCL with other clubs, man. It's a shit.
Yeah, well, no. They have to dust off the history books. Those guys haven't done shit worth
But
mentioning in 10 years, bro. It's fine.
But yeah, no, the first goal was fantastic. And as soon as we scored that first goal, Atletico Madrid decided to open up their defense, and look what happened. You know, it's as simple as that. As soon as you let rip into your defense, it's curtains. And Atletico Madrid felt the full force of that. And today was absolutely fantastic. And it just shows again why teams should be worried about us. And listen, I've had the old comment recently about, you know, I'm really concerned with the whole Gyökeres thing, especially before this game. I was really worried about how this squad and these tactics aren't really facilitating him. I'm still a bit worried about that today. I think the one concern I have with the team is we love to play on the wing. You know, we do love to have the ball either with Martinelli, Trossard or Saka or Madueke, whoever it may be. We don't enjoy playing through the middle and going through with Eze or driving through with a 10 and feeding the striker, which is what Gyökeres has been used to for Sporting. He's always used to having someone in behind him, feeding him the ball. The way he's got to go at the moment, he's doing a lot more. He's pressing a lot more. And he is on the wing at points. You know, he does have to push down to the wing to try and get the ball and receive it and try and make something of himself. I feel like there will be points in this season where we will be bringing that up and we will be saying, right, it's now time to really facilitate him in terms of going forward and feeding him the ball instead of Saka maybe having to cross it in or having to possibly lay it off. Let's try feeding him the ball and seeing what he can do. He's got the strength to do it, to take any man on. But apart from that, listen, I'm not going to take away. Listen, the two goals that he had were probably goals that he wouldn't say were the best of his career, but they're two goals nonetheless. And I think he needs that for his confidence. Yep. You know, especially joining a new side like Arsenal, you know, in a league that obviously a lot of people are going to say it's very easy to score goals, but that's hearsay. He's still a fantastic striker. But two goals is what he needs at the moment to get his confidence back up. And I'm sure this will benefit him against Palace. A non-form Gyökeres is something that you don't want to be facing. So I'm sure Lacroix and Mark Gehi won't be looking forward to that over the weekend. I do like those two centre-backs, but I think they're going to have a lot of trouble over the weekend. But overall, man, I think we silenced a lot of people tonight. I think a lot of people were once again taken away by how good this team actually is and how strong we actually are. It's just now taking this game by game by game and actually taking our performance tonight into the Premier League as well. Because Atletico Madrid aren't a shit team. They aren't. They're a very good side with a fantastic manager and very good players.
Only team to beat Real Madrid so far.
Exactly. They've got really good players, man. Really good players. So this isn't just a walk in the park casual Champions League game that you get against a really low side. This is a top European side and a very good high level Spanish side as well. Not a team to be taken lightly. Let's take this into the Prem. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've been very good in the Prem this year, but there's been games, example, like Fulham, where you think, come on, let's do a bit more here. And that's where I want to be seeing it to be integrated more. But overall today, I've got no complaints. Every single player was fucking fantastic today. Honestly, I don't think maybe Zubimendi was a bit off it. Obviously, he's suspended for the next game, unfortunately. But apart from that,
we won't need him.
Nah, Slavia Prague. We should walk through Slavia Prague. But yeah, overall, I have no complaints there. I think everyone was on top of their game. I thought the right-hand side, I mean, don't get me wrong, the first half was a bit shoddy, but Saka and Timber were fantastic today on the right-hand side. I thought they were absolutely. It's a shame Saka couldn't get on the scoreboard today, but I thought them two were absolutely fantastic. The defense was as solid as it could be. We didn't really have to deal with too much from Atletico Madrid. They had the odd chance, but they didn't. Did they even have a shot on target today? I'm not too sure.
One.
Yeah, Alvarez. Look at that. You know,
that Alvarez chance. Woo!
Yeah. In my opinion, I mean, it's difficult because I don't watch a lot of out of the European leagues, and I know, for example, Inter Milan have been great this season. PSG have obviously been fantastic. There's still a lot of great defenses, but come on, we've surely got to be near enough to the top at this point. We have to be. But I'm not going to take my word for it because, again, I don't watch them week in, week out like I do with the Premier League. But we have to be up there now because this defense is just utterly ridiculous. The amount of times we're keeping clean sheets, we're stopping teams from getting anywhere near a chance at goal. It's fantastic. And this has to be the season, guys. We can't not fucking win anything. I'm sorry. You can't have these numbers and not bring home silverware. You can't. But what's your
baseline, Connor? Or should we be concentrating on FA Cups and Carabao Cup as well? And those are just like the bare minimum. Like we need to be competing in those.
In my opinion, just because it's my way of thinking, we should be going for everything. There shouldn't be a pick and choose. Yeah. We should be really. Don't get me wrong. I love the cups, but I mean, we need. I mean, if the manager, in my opinion, wants to keep his job, he can't walk out of here with just a Carabao Cup, and that's a no disrespect.
Right.
He can't walk out of here. He has to have a league or a Champions League. Right. He has to, you know. That's just my opinion. Because saying that is super negative. But I just think another manager could walk in here, a top manager could walk in here and get a trophy. So it's like, come on, you've worked with this team for 6 years.
With this squad, bro. Yeah, it's undeniable.
You've worked with this team for 6 years now. Come on, we're not at the levels of getting just not having to try. You can't be using the excuses of saying we can't go for a Premier League. Like you can't be doing that. This is the levels that we should be going for now, and this is the levels we're competing for. So let's bring this form onto Palace. I know the players will be absolutely raring for that. And let's smash them out the park, man, and keep these 3 points clear of City, and hopefully they drop points this weekend. Can't remember who they've got. I know they've got Villa. That's it. But that's at home, so they might win that one. But let's keep this form going. And are we favourites? Yeah, I think we're favourites, definitely. I think it's definitely between us, City, and I do think Liverpool is still in it. They're just having a bit of a bad patch. But I'm never going to write off Liverpool. But it's definitely between us three. But of course we're up there. Of course,
I'm 100% writing off Liverpool, but I'm not writing off Man City. What I've seen from Liverpool is just
I think so. We'll have to wait and see if they lose to Frankfurt. And then if they even lose to Brentford, and then they got Madrid after that, I mean, let's wait and see. But like TJ, I said this to you at the start of the season. We're going to win the league because that's the mentality that we should be having for this manager. Because he spent this amount of money, he can't be doing anything else apart from winning a league title. If you don't win it, leave. That's my opinion. You've done this amount of work, got this amount of players in, spent this amount of money. You can't not. And with the numbers we've got and the form we're on. I'm sorry. Well, if we honestly continue this form, we could be. I can't remember what's the least amount of goals we've conceded with Arteta. I can't remember how many there is, but the 98-99 season, I think, conceded 18. On the route we're doing, I'm not saying we're going to concede less than that. I think we're definitely going to concede goals, but we could get near enough mid-20s. That's fucking good numbers, and especially with our numbers up front as well. You can't not win a league. That's me anyway.
I completely agree with you. So, but I want to go to Don C with this one before we get into like a player ratings type conversation. I want to talk about Mikel Arteta a little bit more. The way that he started off some of these games at the beginning of the season were, let's just say, uninspiring. We could say. I think that's a nice way of saying it, right? Do you think that he's learned from that? And now he knows that he needs to have a creative outlet in order for us to win matches consistently.
I think he's grown up, finally. I think he woke up, right? Because he realized that the free CDM just doesn't work for us. It's because it's not that we wasn't playing attractive football. We wasn't there was nothing positive coming out of it. We were like, if you look at the games that we dropped points in, the only reason why we didn't win was because we didn't go into that game being the better team, and by doing that is put on your better players at the beginning. Not hopefully they can come on 70 minutes, as we all know he lacks that mark, just to bring on, let's say, more creative players. If you look at the last, our best games was Newcastle and tonight. The difference between Newcastle and tonight is he played number 10s. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
The other games were shocking. Man United game, okay, cool. You know, it was the first game of the season. That's the only game that I won't talk about. That was just totally awful. And everyone was awful in that game. We were just lucky. But against the bigger teams of City and Liverpool, he didn't give us a chance in those games, right? Now he's given us a chance. Look at the players that he's starting off with. Like, do you know what, right? Skelly has had microwave minutes so far.
Right.
But yeah, he started him. And that was a great decision. That was Arteta doing this. Yeah? Gyökeres had a bad patch of form, but yet he stuck to him because you know how easy it was for him to take out Gyökeres and play Moreno up front, knowing that Moreno scored for Spain. Yeah? Not once, but twice. Do you know how easy that was? Yeah? Like players like Martinelli, he hasn't been great, but he played him in a game like this. Everyone rates, let's say, Atletico Madrid. Everybody. They say they are defensively strong, sometimes unstoppable at times, right? And we made them look like chumps, to be honest. We were dragging them left, right, yeah? Despite my views on Arteta, what he has done, what he has shown me in the last few games, more than Newcastle in this game, is that he has grown. He's learning that stop going into the game thinking that you're second best. We have the best team. Right? We have a team that can win all 4 trophies because we have a squad. We have a squad, bro. The last few seasons, we didn't have that. That's why he put all his eggs in one basket, because it was more hopefulness. Now what team can bring on a Moreno, an Nkape, a White,
Yeah,
a Norgard? Tell me what team can do that. And that's not even including the injured ones in friggin' Madueke, Jesus, Odegaard. This is what I'm saying.
yeah.
People need to realize and like, right, okay, cool. I'm more of one of the, it's not, I keep saying, I'm not a bottom cooner. I'm not a negative fan. I'm not a positive fan. I'm an Arsenal do better. That's all I am. When Arsenal play like this, I will give him his plaudits. And you know what, right? That's why I said he has grown. And that's all I wanted to see. I wanted to see some maturity from him. I wanted to see some cojones. I wanted him to put himself in a position where we can actually not just win a game, but destroy a team by doing that. And you know what, yeah? This game here has put us on the map. This game here. We didn't just beat Atletico Madrid. We actually destroyed them in every single metric, and we played them at their own game and beat them at that. This is what I'm saying. So like I said before, big up Arteta. I have nothing negative to say to him today.
Yeah, no, absolutely nothing negative. And where's Staffy? I just threw this into our group chat, but Gyökeres got man of the match today. So the UCL is saying that Gyökeres is the man of the match, not just me. Or well, no, I wasn't saying he was. I was saying Gabriel was.
I wonder how many goals Benjamin Sesko get in the Champions League this.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Baby's Atlan. He's only playing one game a week.
What's the thing that Lee does? He's like Benjamin Sesko.
Still being Sunoco.
No, Don C, you absolutely cooked there. I completely agree, man. Like, look, don't continue to play this positive football. Trust your players. The
Take the
midfield
handbrake off.
Yes,
Yeah.
the midfield that we have has been fantastic for us since you started trusting and playing creative players in the midfield. Just continue to do it. Trust your back line. You got Miles Lewis-Skelly absolutely cooking back there. You could go ahead and put Calafiori back there. He's still not my favorite player, but you have depth at all of those positions. Like Don C said, This is why I think my expectation is we are going to compete and go far in every single competition, because we have built this team to have several layers of quality. And when the likes of Madueke come back, when the likes of Odegaard come back, when the likes of Kai Havertz even comes back, we are going to have consistency in every single competition, and there honestly is no excuse for us not to win all of them. If we're being honest, if you just look at the squad, okay, people are going to be like, oh, TJ, you're going top gooner. No, I'm saying based off the quality of the squad alone and the depth that we have, we should be winning all of these competitions.
Yeah, facts.
Or at least competing.
Facts.
And that's it. And that's why I've been saying all season long, it is down to Mikel Arteta and his decision-making. When I saw that Liverpool lineup, when I saw that Man City lineup, I'm like, man, that is so negative. It's just showing that you don't have the belief. But ever since then, he's been showing he has the belief. Continue to show me that. Continue to show me that against Crystal Palace, Sunderland. Who else?
Yeah.
Who else do we have before Tottenham?
Tottenham at the end of November.
Don't shy away. We got Chelsea. Don't shy away. Go to the bridge and stomp them out. Like, let's stop. No bullshit anymore. Take every game seriously. Play our best lineup every match. I don't want to see 3 CDM Haram ball anymore. Those days are done. We do not need 5 center backs on the pitch to win a game. We don't need it. We have the quality. Now go out there and do it. Big up Vader Games. Congratulations to your team on going to the World Series, buddy. Congratulations.
No, and I'm really happy that he brought on the subs in the time that he did. And I don't know if it took him 4-0 up to realise, right, oh my God, I can actually use my bench now. I can actually use some of the players that I've got. Like,
Yes.
I know he doesn't score goals or get assists, but Wanyeri, he comes on every time. My man doesn't play many minutes, but every time he comes on that pitch, he's like, I want to make a statement tonight. He did have a shot on goal there. It's a shame it didn't go in. It was straight at the keeper. But every time he comes on, he always shows 110%. And that is a player that you're like, that's why everyone gets so, and people who do call it out, and I really do respect the people that do, because it's a fact. Everyone that calls it out every time we are, like, for example, I saw Trimless Gooner on the Football Terrace on Saturday.
Big up Trimless every time.
Yeah, big up Trimless. He speaks facts. He was like,
yes, he does.
You know, we were 1-0 down. I mean, we were 1-0 up, sorry, and we were looking for a bit of creativity. Bring on Ethan. And Ethan would offer that. It's nice to have that option of a player to know that he will come on and offer something. And it's not like he would just bring them on for the sake of it. He actually does offer things going forward. And big up to Lewis Skelly as well, because he's said tonight, oh, by the way, I'm still here. Like, I know you've played Calafiori ahead of me, but I'm still here. And in my opinion, yeah, I like Calafiori.
Calafiori cannot do what Miles Lewis Skelly did today. He cannot do it.
Yeah, don't stop Calafiori, because I mean, if he wasn't offsides against Fulham, that was a wicked
it'd be a great goal. He's not shit.
You know, I know, but he's just not the best defender.
Calafiori's not been. But last season he was a bit iffy, but I think he was coming to new league in it, so he took some time to get used to. But I mean, the Man City goal either way was still really good, to be fair. Don't get me wrong, he's not in a bad season, but that assist was ridiculous, man. My man's 18, 19, running through an Atletico Madrid midfield and defense like it's Stoke. Like he just walked through it with the most biggest confidence, just quickly laid it off, bang.
Yeah. Bruv, Conference
That's
League.
not normal. For a 19-year-old on the Champions League stage. And that's him saying, knock, knock, knock. I'm still here, by the way.
Right.
Back at TJ's. Look at that. Nice one, TJ. He's still here. And do you know what? I think he warrants a start on
Sunday.
On Sunday. I think he does. You can't. I'm sorry, you can't not on that form. No way. So and I think, and personally, I think he progresses us forward better. I think he does. I don't get me wrong, and it's good to have Calafiori on the bench, but I'd probably play him in the cup against Brighton. I'm sorry, but you can't not have a performance like that against a team like Atletico Madrid, who are meant to be, like Don said, defensively solid, which they are. It's not untrue. It's true. You can't do that and not get a start. So yeah, man, both of them. I think they're still fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
I want to give props to another player too. My left winger, who we were going to bin off last season. We were going to bin off the season before. Gabriel Martinelli, number 11. Like you guys said, I admit I missed the first half, so I missed the shithousery, right? But he's getting really good. He's getting really good. He's scoring goals. He's considered one of the finishers that Arteta said 2 or 3 weeks ago, right? Let's give some props to Gabriel Martinelli for who's not starting games. He's not starting. I mean, Trossard's starting over him, and we all know this, that Trossard has been crap when he starts. He's supposed to be our impact player, right? And he did nothing at Fulham until he dinked one in off his thigh for a stinky 1-0 win. So I still have faith in Gabriel Martinelli, and we all should. You know, redemption song.
This guy's gonna he's gonna keep the redemption song going all season long, bro.
Right? Let's give some love to Gabriel Martinelli with the Henry-esque finish inside of the boot, right? Now, I know he's not everyone's favorite player, but we just now are talking about options. Another option. And who's going to beat him? Like, who's faster than him? No one. Like, he was cooking Llorente at right back for the few minutes I saw. Right?
In the second half, he was for sure.
In a flat race to get a ball and say that's overhit, and for you to sprint out there and get the ball and try to make something of it. His head has been up more. Because I think part of that is because, like Connor was saying, we now have this creative aspect, and even all four of us have been saying it. We now have this creative aspect where Eze knows where to run. Odegaard, well, he's been injured a bit, but he knows where to run. Rice on the left-hand side knows where to run when Martinelli has the ball out wide. His head is up. He's not trying to just beat two defenders at once. He's playing it back. He's making a run inside. He's letting the defender overlap. He's doing things all that he was doing in 22-23 when he scored the 15 goals that season. And the last 2 seasons, we've been down on him. And remember, we talked about selling him, TJ. We talked about hey, if we're going to get 80 million for this guy from Bayern Munich or 85 million from Saudi, we
had a 2-year downturn to and 80 million was looking really, really good. But I mean,
absolutely. And we were looking at Rodrigo, right? And now it's sort of like, if I want him to start more than Trossard, but I also want to see, and I was saying this to Tony, Claude, and I think even our pal Lee, that I want to see Arteta change it up on the weekend. I don't necessarily need a consistent 11 week in and week out because we now have some depth, right? We can play Trossard against Fulham. Maybe we can play Martinelli against Palace, right? Because I think one of the weaknesses that we have at times is still we're kind of predictable. And I think you even increase that predictability with the same starting 11 week in and week out. And it works for a lot of clubs. It worked for Jurgen Klopp, right? When he had Sadio Mane and who their striker was, I forget, Nunez and Salah on the right, He stuck with that 11 and they got some honors for that.
Fabinho.
But exactly. So I think part of it is maybe, like Don C was saying, props to Arteta, but I want to see more of him changing it up week in and week out because we now have that depth. When Madueke comes back, he will be better. When Odegaard comes back, let's hope he'll be better, right? I still think he's one of the weaker links in the team, but that's based on physicality, not necessarily skill, right? I don't want to see him getting pushed off the ball. And I still think that Martinelli has a lot to provide to this squad in particular this year. I think he's got 5 goals this season. He's the second. I think he's the second highest goal scorer in the squad, now behind Gyökeres after the brace he got today, I believe. I think that we have options now that we haven't had. And I've said it before. I said it with on Jez's show. This was the best transfer window we've had in 10 years, bar none.
No, absolutely.
I just feel like we're in pole position to win something major. And I'm not going to say the Prem.
Nobody thinks again because I think everybody is afraid of jinxing it or something like that. I don't know, putting the negative judge out there. But I agree with most of what you said there, Dal. And shamelessly, I put Gabriel Martinelli down during my preseason predictions for comeback player of the year. So right now, my prediction isn't looking too bad. That's all I'm going to say. It's not looking too bad after today. Hold that, Staffy. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into player ratings before we do, in fact, close out. Big up Don C, Oregon Goon, a.k.a. Dal, and Connor on here. Connor, It's good to see you, my guy. I'm just saying, you know, it's
Yeah, I
just,
appreciate it. It's been a while.
this is like, you know, this is like a throwback.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Right
man.
now.
Every time,
like
every time, that's been a while,
Yeah.
isn't it? So
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we'll go through the Arsenal players. You don't need to give a huge dialogue, maybe like 1 or 2 sentences before. Play along in the chat. Rate the players with us, guys. First, we will start with David Raya. We'll go Don C, and then Don C, Dal, Connor, me.
Okay, I'll give David Raya a 6. Didn't really have to do much. And he almost gave them a goal. So I'll give him a 6.
Since I didn't see much of David Ray, I'll give him a 6 as well.
Connor?
Okay, I mean, he's been a 1 shot on goal. I get it. Yeah, he made an error. I think I'll give him a 7. He made 1 shot on goal, one save. That's what he needed to do today. Yeah, he nearly did make an error. To be fair, and that was a bit sloppy. He probably got a bit too comfortable. But do you remember when we had that debate about Ramsdale and Raya?
No, Raya all the way. Raya all the way.
No, I was being told. Hold on, no. I was being told by some of this fan base that we should have gotten in for Donnarumma. People are just fucking idiots, okay? People are idiots. People do not watch football with their eyes. They have to run agendas, and they have to say it. Raya has been heads and tails above any other goalkeeper in the Prem.
No,
Bar none. 2 years in a row.
Not even a point. And anytime anybody brings that up, sorry, it makes me lose my shit. People are so stupid. You know how much oxygen, you know how many trees died for us to have conversations about Raya and fucking Ramsdale? Backup keeper at Newcastle?
Those conversations are now. Don't raise your blood pressure too much.
Maybe
bro.
I need to get blood pressure medication.
What's your rating, TJ?
Jesus Christ. Raya gets a 6.5 today because he almost put me in an early grave with that with that play in the second. I think it was in the second half. No,
yeah, he got
first half.
He got too comfortable.
He got way too comfortable, and he was just like, "Oh yeah, no, it's my bad." I'm like, "Okay, all right, don't fucking do that." Especially when we were struggling at that point in the game. Anyway, yeah, he gets a 6.5 for me. Sorry about losing my shit there. Miles Lewis Skelly.
Boy.
Who, me?
Yeah,
8.5.
you.
8.5. 8.5.
Yeah, 8.5.
He was awesome. Awesome.
He was incredible.
Run, what can I say, bro? He just came back into the team. He hasn't been playing minutes. He Calafiori took his position. 8.5. You know what I'm saying? If he would have scored, I would have given him a 10.
True. Dal?
8.5. I'm riding the wave with Don C because I didn't watch much of the game. So 8.5. Lewis Skelly. No, but it's great to see him get a start, right? I mean, I think Calafiori was due for a break because I still kind of some questions there, but 8.5.
Yep.
Big up Lewis Skelly.
Connor.
Yeah, 9 for me, man. Bro took that midfield and defense like it was a joke. That was nuts, man. Bro just literally strolled through that whole midfield and defense like it was nothing. And yeah, he's so good, man. He's so good. Yeah, 9 for me. He was elite. That assist was too good.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him an 8.5 because I have like a 9 and a 10 that I want to give out.
DJ, I'll hop back in about a minute. So you might have to skip me a couple of times. Getting a phone call.
Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Yeah, defensively, he has a few things that he needs to improve on, but that I'm not letting any of that take away from his performance today. 8.5. He was fucking incredible today. Incredible. Gabriel Magalhaes.
10. Yeah? He did not put 1 foot wrong. I don't care what no one says. That's my captain. This is what I'm saying, yeah? He's a person. There was a moment when, Alvarez could have been one-on-one with Saliba. Saliba was just jockeying him to wait for big man Gabriel to come along and Alvarez shit his pants. You know what I'm saying? My man was the reason why we scored that goal. If you check it, yeah, he ran past everyone. The speed on him, the fact that he has no fear, mate. He is so great on both sides of the field, bro. Oh my, 10.
All right. I You know what? I'm also going. Well, no, Dal, you're next. Dal, go for it.
I'm riding the Don Wave seat 10. I believe it. I didn't see the goal. I didn't see what happened, but he has been to me to be honest, probably our best player in the last 2 seasons. If you know, even last season, I thought he was phenomenal, and he hasn't done much wrong at all for me at all. If once he's on the team sheet, I know that we're going to be successful in some way, shape, or form. So I'm gonna agree with Don. 10.
I said it at the beginning of the stream. He gets a 10 from me, and it's not even a discussion. The UCL gave man of the match to Gyökeres because he got his brace, which is fair. But if you are watching that game in totality, you see that Gabriel, by far and away, there was nobody better at their position on the pitch than Gabriel. And Gabriel is contributing. He's getting G&A. He's preventing goals from being scored. He's tracking runners that other people can't track. This guy is he is so intelligent. He's so intelligent on the pitch. It's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane to me. I don't know what happened there, Dal.
Oh, I just blipped out.
The intelligence, the poise, the leadership, the everything. He gets a 10 out of 10 from me, and it's not even close. He was the best player on the pitch today. I could go on and on. All right, Saliba.
I'll give Saliba an 8. He didn't do anything wrong, but he didn't do anything good. This is what I'm saying. He just done his job, to be honest. He looked no shit. I just almost forgot. Sorry. Apologize. Did you see that ball that he almost got through to Saka?
Yep.
That was just literally, oh my, now do you know what it is? I'll give him an 8.5 for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Do you know what? I'm excited today. Do you get me? What I've seen today, more the second half, I haven't seen that in a Champions League game since what do you call it? Real Madrid. Right?
Yep.
And even in this game, at parts, I think it was even better. And parts. So I'll give him an 8.5.
No. Good. All right. Yeah. Dal.
8.5 for that ball he played through to Saka, like Don C said.
Yeah. All right. He's just gonna write the Don C wave the entire time, bro.
I'm stealing Don C's ratings, but I'm using what you guys have saw of the game. I wish I would have, scheduled my doctor's appointment at a different day if I would have looked at the fucking schedule. But I think 4-0 win. Everyone was solid. One shot on goal. The whole back line solid. And
I'm going to
Rolls Royce.
All right, then I'm just gonna go between me and Don C, and then if you just want to come in with a comment, go for it, Dal. Saliba gets an 8 for me today. Solid, did nothing wrong. Like you said, almost got an assist from the pass through on Saka there. Didn't, but just based off of how everybody else performed, I got to give him an 8. Really the only person that's going to get a lower rating on this in my ratings is Raya. So just to preview that for you guys. Connor, what'd you got for Saliba, my guy?
8. Yeah, he's solid. Didn't have much to do today. He was pretty relaxed on the ball as he normally is. Didn't make any rookie mistakes. Yeah, 8.
8. All right. Your favorite player, Urian Timber, Don C.
Do you know what? I'll give him a studded 8. He never does anything wrong. He's always solid. That's what I'm saying. We all know that our right hand side is so well. Like he's and Saka's link up is so good. Like with Timber, what it says on the tin, that's Timber. So he didn't do nothing spectacular, but he never does anything bad. So 8.
8. Connor.
Oh, Timber. Yeah, he was. I'm going to give him 8.5. Yeah, he was solid, man. The first half, he was running that right-hand side. Like, he just, completely blocked out anything that was coming forward to him, locked off Sorloth, any sort of attack that was coming, any threat on the right-hand side, he was locking that off. So him and Saka were working very well too. He was overlapping now and then. Just overall defensively solid. So, 8.5 for me. He was fantastic tonight.
He gets an 8 for me. Solid. Did nothing wrong. Again, just provides that extra threat in the final third when he inverts. Man, like they're keeping an eye on him every single time when he's going in there. So like, yeah, 8. I mean, that's what happens, I guess, when you have midfielders as your fullbacks, right?
I mean, look at the difference Ben White comes on. Like, Ben White,
dude,
he ain't anymore. Like, he's done.
Dude, White just doesn't fit the way the Mikel Arteta wants to play anymore.
So
Like,
I think that would be one if we do lose him. That could be a bit of a tricky one. But yeah, because Ben White, he's off it, man. He's too busy getting spray tans. I think he's not.
Facts.
Bro's enjoying a Bombay sun in the tanning, and then he is football. So yeah, he's a bit too busy, I think, at the moment. But yeah,
don't worry. He can go to Towie, so he'll be okay.
Yeah, he can go to Towie. Yeah. GC,
yeah. All right, I'm gonna give him. Yeah. No, I'm gonna. Okay, we'll stick. Wait a minute, we were on.
Have we done Gabriel? Have we done Gabriel?
Yeah, we did Gabriel, and we all gave him 10.
He's my man of the match. He's my man of the match, bro.
No. So he gives him a 10 too. All right, Zubamendi.
Do you know what? Yeah, 8. He controlled the midfield very well. He's the one who kept us ticking. A lot of people don't realize how important he is to our team. Yeah, he constantly found space. He did get a silly yellow card, but the referee was giving silly yellow cards to everyone. He missed the next game. Who gives a shit? Yeah, that means at least he gets a rest for once. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, started 8.
Connor?
Zubamendi, yes, 7.5. 7.5. I think he was solid. But probably the more quieter in the midfield. Obviously got the booking, which wasn't ideal, and it was a bit of a poor challenge as well from him, which obviously suspends him for Slavia Prague, but that's probably what gives me a bit lower than an 8 for me. So yeah, 7.5. But yeah, did nothing wrong today. Just sort of done his job, but maybe could be a bit less reckless because obviously Rice kept his composure because he was on a yellow as well, so that's been cindered off now, I think. But yeah, no. But yeah, we moved, but yeah, 7.5.
No, I agree. 7.5. You're spot on with everything you said. Like I said at the beginning of the show, I think he was our most solid midfielder in the first half. Challenge in the second was questionable. I agree. So yeah, I'm going to give him 7.5, but that's like not a bad thing in my opinion. And we don't need him to beat Slavia Prague. Like, sorry to say it. Like that's not a groundbreaking thing.
We should be all right. We should be all right.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine. Declan Rice.
I'll give him. It's a tough one because if we're looking at both halves, he didn't actually play well, even though he got the assist for me. He kept on slipping down. He kept on giving away silly fouls. We knew what they were doing. Do you know what? I'm being generous today. I'll give him an 8.
Connor?
Yeah, an 8 for that ball alone, man. That ball was fucking nuts.
It was beautiful. It was
nuts, man. Every time, just on the Champions League stage, you can do this. Come on, bring it to the Premier League as well, Declan, man. And in my opinion as well, listen, I do like Saka. But how's he captain, man? How's he second choice? I don't get that. I love Saka, don't get me wrong, but it should be Rice.
I think it's a 10-year thing. I think it's a 10-year thing.
I think it's a bit odd. But anyway, it doesn't. Besides the matter, 8 for me. That ball was nuts, and that whole goal was just fantastic. Like even my mates, who's like Man United mates, fucking rival mates, they were like, right, that was sick. That was good. So yeah, 8. Actually, 8.5 because I like Declan Rice. 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him an 8. That ball was incredible.
It was a bit iffy though in midfield. I won't lie sometimes.
Yeah, there were points where he was a little bit careless, but like again, I'm whatever. We won 4-0. What am I going to do? Rake him over the coals for giving the ball away a few times? He gets an 8 for me. Incredible ball. He should take every single set piece kick that Arsenal has. Period. End of story. If he's on the pitch, he should be taking it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Eze.
8. He was dynamic. He was really good. Little like this movement. He didn't allow them to mark him out of the game. You see, if he would have scored on that performance, I would have given him a 9 as well. But because he didn't, like from what I saw, it was an amazing performance. Like unlike the last game, he didn't allow them to mark him out of the game, so it's an 8.
Yeah, Connor.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give him a 7.5. I think he got a little bit locked out a couple of times because we were really utilizing the wingers. And again, today I was really when I saw the formation, we were playing more of a 4-2-3-1 than we were a 4-3-3.
Right.
So I thought, because obviously normally when we play with a 4-3-3, we've got Odegaard and literally Saka next to each other. It was more Eze was central today, which I really was looking forward to. And I was thinking, right, maybe we will play more direct at the 10. We didn't really see much of that. He did create a couple of chances, to be fair, and he did try his best. Definitely, there was nothing wrong that he did. I just do think sometimes our system really underutilizes our 10s alone when they're on their own. When you've got link-up play with Saka and Odegaard, it looks better. But, again, when we've got that striker, we want that 10 to feed balls through. We really want to see something like that. Gyökeres on the ball, we know how good he is on the ball when you feed it to him, and his strength can get past defenders. So I just think if we were to do more of that, I think we'd see more out of him. But now I'm not going to pick out the negatives. So overall, he was still very good. He had a good game. I'm going to give him a 7.5. Again, not to lower him or anything, but I just think the system could offer him more. I think we could have. Don't get me wrong, Saka was on a mad one today from the right-hand side, but we were using the wingers very well. We do like to play that horseshoe style of football, so I guess we're sort of going around the pitch instead of through. But I do think sometimes in the future we will be coming back and saying, maybe we should start going through the middle. And I think that should be something that the manager needs to start offering. But, if he's seeing the wing plays working, then he's not going to really change it, is he? But, yeah, 7.5 for Eze for me.
Beautiful. I am going to say 8. I think that he just brings another, and I said this at the beginning of the stream, I'll say it again for posterity. He brings another level of urgency to the opposition, to where he is now in a position to where he has to be marked all the time. Like when you're playing Crystal Palace with Eze in there, you are marking only Eze. You know that Eze is going to be, obviously they have Adam Warden in there, they have Mateta, and they had Eze, but obviously they just don't have the quality that we have. But he brings such a creativity and a dynamicism that we have not seen here out of Odegaard. It's just not the way Odegaard plays. But he is a shooter. If he sees a shot, if he sees a chance, he's going to take it. He did a couple of times today. Was unlucky a few times, but again, this guy is creative. And he's a shooter, and he shows that today. And he just shows he's so dangerous. When he starts banging guys, this guy's going to be banging in a goal a week, a goal every couple of games. I'm telling you, he is going to bang. So yeah, I'm going to go set 8, just because that entire midfield deserves 8s outside of Zubamendi, just because of that yellow card. But yeah, that entire midfield cooked today. Gabriel Martinelli, don't see. And I'll let Dal.
Okay. Martinelli should have scored a header, right?
Yeah.
He was off. He was offside too many times when he could see right across the line. He could have had 3 goals in this match, but because he done that PlayStation R2 finish, right? I'm gonna show everyone I really am a hater. I'll give him 8.5.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair, bro. Connor.
Yeah, he was great today, man. He was great. This is the thing, man. Like I don't. It's weird because Martinelli can have a really good run of games, and then he will just disappear and that's when everyone gets a bit pissed off. But no, he can't knock it today. Like it's weird. I think he's different on the Champions League stage, in my opinion. He sort of goes a bit nuts when it comes to Champions League football. But no, he was really good today. And again, an on-form Martinelli is a dangerous Martinelli, so you kind of want to keep that going. And yeah, he was good today. I think the first half we didn't see much of him because we were just abusing that right-hand side. It was literally all Timber and Saka, really. But when he did get on the ball, he was very good. And hopefully we see more of that against Crystal Palace. But you never know. This may have been for rotation's sake. I don't know. Again, against Spanish sides, we know what he could be like against Athletic Club. So maybe that's why we brought him against Atletico Madrid. So we might see Trossard against Palace. We'll see. But again, you think on form, you don't drop these players. But again, Trossard scored a goal recently, so our left wingers are doing bits at the moment, and yeah, I'm very happy. So again, because I'm not a Martinelli hater, 8.
I am also not a Martinelli hater. 8.5. What a fucking finish. 8.5.
Yeah.
That he gets the 0.5 because of that finish alone. He is not Bolivian. He is not Peruvian. That is a Brazilian left winger. What a fucking finish. Dow.
Redemption song.
Let it all work out.
No, I said it before. It's like we're looking to sell this guy, and he's proven his worth so far this season. Heads up more aggressive with the ball. He has actual, trailing center midfielders that are at least looking for the ball inside the box. So he has somebody to pass to. I just think that there's more to come. There's more to come, hopefully. And I'm glad we didn't sell him, because I just think like it's good. He's still good squad depth, right? Even though we didn't really favor him to start, you still could, have someone reliable coming off the bench, at least trying to make something happen. So yeah, big up Martinelli.
Yeah, absolutely. Martinelli, 8.5 for me. So we'll keep it stepping. Bakayo.
Oh, enough said. 9. Someone else take it over. 9.
Connor.
Yeah, 9. He was on a mad one tonight. So again, it's a shame he didn't get on the scoreline because he really did deserve it. But he was running the show tonight. He gave. I don't know who was the left back for Madrid tonight. I don't even know who the hell he was, but whoever he was, he got spun.
He spun. He cooked Hanko. It was
David
Hanko.
Yeah, he got taken for a ride today, a joy ride, and he didn't. And for example, he didn't enjoy that one. I'll tell you that for free. Him and Gonzalez on that left hand side got absolutely cooked by Timber and Saka today. And Saka was just it's such a shame he wasn't on the score sheet, but fantastic performance from him. And 9. He was just insane. I think he had the most dribbles out of any player in the match as well. He just was superb tonight. And again, it's such a fucking shame he didn't get a goal. I'm telling you, if he didn't, when he was trying to go for that goal, Martinelli was offside. I think he should have shot. He took too long. And I think if he went a couple seconds earlier, left foot, he waited too long. But then again, in that scenario, your mind goes over, top left bins. But it's a shame. But no, I mean, even with no goal, he ran the show tonight. And it was a fantastic performance. So I agree with Don. It's a 9 for me. He was great.
Yeah, he's a 9. He's a 9 for me too. He was fantastic today.
I'll give him a 9.
Give him a 9 too, Dal. Okay. And we're not gonna do the subs. I'm just gonna call out Ethan Winieri. He was fantastic again today. I'm just floored by him. Every single time. No, I'm gonna come around to him. We're gonna do him last.
Everyone. There was a rush to shout about.
Just like anybody who came off the bench today. I mean, when Yeri came in, he took a chance. Maybe wasn't the best chance to be taken. I think he had Martinelli at the far post on that one chance that he had. But again, like. Yeah, the American announcer said it, and I agree with him. You're just taking that chance at the end of the match if you're coming on for like a cup of coffee. But yeah, I'm going. I'm gonna give the bench guys just an honorable mention. Mikel Merino was fine. Winieri was great. But I do want to talk last and certainly not least about Victor Gyökeres. Today. Don C, I'll let you go first.
Okay, see, this is a top one right here. Because I've been one of the ones that's actually been calling him out. And you know what, right? Okay. Mr. Positive is here today.
Mr. Positive. Yep.
I saw
Gyökeres
actually play 1-2s. He did something today out of his skill set. He wasn't just on the shoulder of the striker. He came deep. He helped defend. Yeah, headers.
His pressing, man.
Right. He was actually pressing at the beginning of the game. Yeah, I call it the caveman. At the end of the game, yeah, I was like, "Fuck it, hell, mate." You know what I'm saying? It was a thing where, as Dal was saying, redemption
song. Song for the people.
I don't care how we score them goals. Because certain strikers cannot score goals.
Right.
Isak. Yeah?
So Sesko.
I'm just happy that he got off the mark and he put himself in that position. He is showing us change.
Yeah.
And Arteta is showing us change. Because of those 2 goals, I'll give him a 9.
Big up TK, by the way, too. TK, we got to get you back on the channel, by the way, too. Big up TK every single time. Man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Connor, what do you got for Victor Gyökeres?
Yeah, 9 for me. I mean, he is doing a lot more than he probably bargained for, but that's not a bad thing. He is. I don't enjoy seeing him on the right wing. I'm not going to lie to you. That stuff does piss me off a little bit because I'm like, he's our 9. He should be in the 9. But it's good to see that he can adapt. And it's little things, right? Because you wouldn't, no disrespect, I'm sorry for the Kai Havertz lovers out there, you wouldn't see fucking Kai Havertz do this, right? Or even Gabriel Jesus. I think it was like the 14th minute. He went on a mad pressing run for a solid 30 seconds. Bro was like, and he got a round of applause from the crowd from that because it shows intent. It shows that you want the ball. You want to go and get that goal. He's goal hungry. And I like that in a striker. Now, obviously, he'll probably get bantered from a load of Royal fans tonight, cock shots and all that. He literally scored a goal with his, that's besides the point. He's still got the goal.
But he scored. Here's the thing: he scored more goals with his dick than Isak has scored. Works has scored. The list goes on. He scored just as many with his dick as Cisco has scored.
Yeah.
As well.
So but at the end of the day, in my opinion, people may laugh at that. I mean, I've already seen a couple of things online already about that. But people may laugh now. But at the end of the day, the goals that he's getting, that's only going to boost his confidence. Mm-hmm. And a dangerous Gyökeres is going to be a scary Gyökeres. So. And either way, he still got the 2 goals. It was a nice assist from Gabriel with the header. And obviously the first goal, I like to call that an FC26 goal. That was like the most fucked up goal I've ever seen in my life, but it's still a goal. And listen, every game he does try his best. I've never seen a game where Gyökeres hasn't at least tried to get the ball moving and get the ball forward in any way he can, whether it's through the middle or on the wing. And at the end of the day, I'm very happy with it. And the more goals he scores, the more pressure it's taken off me thinking Kai Havertz is going to come back into this team because everyone was shitting themselves that, this is like 7 games now, no goal. Arteta's licking his lips waiting for Kai Havertz to come back and go straight into the starting 11 again. So the more goals he scores, the further away we push away Kai Havertz. So no disrespect, mate, but you're not Gyökeres. So that's me. And 9 and 2 goals. That's all I want. Goals. That's all I want from him. And please, this team needs to feed him more. That's all I want. Keep giving this guy the ball. He is a fucking dangerous player, man. Mm-hmm. On his day, he is dangerous. I'm telling you. Feed him that ball. I swear to God, you'll see things, man. So let's do that more and play it through the middle a little bit more. But he was doing things today were fantastic. And he was good today.
He could have had a hat trick today. I think that though. I was not impressed with him on the ball in the first half. He didn't get many touches. That being said, but again, also being said, is his pressing was insane. You can tell that he wants it. You can tell he's willing to put in the work. He's not just sitting there waiting to poach in the box when we have the ball. He is working off the ball. And that is something that I did not see out of Kai Havertz. That's not something that I saw out of Gabriel Jesus. It's this guy runs his fucking ass off. And if he continues to show me that and poaches goals like that late in the game, man, he'll deserve that number 14. He'll deserve it. I need to see more of this. And I'll stop hating because I've been his number 1 hater lately, and people have been on my case about it, but I think I've been justified. But today I will give him his flowers. He ran his ass off. He worked his ass off. He has shown that he can be that poacher in the box that can put away chances. And look, man, he could have had 3 if he was against anybody other than Oblak. And I'll die on that hill, to be honest with you. Right. So I give him a 9. He was great. He was great today. He really was.
I think that with Gyökeres I was really, along with you and I think several other of our friends, were disappointed that he hasn't scored more right in those 7 games. Right, we saw the work ethic, but there was times even against the West Ham game where I was questioning, why are we pressing them? They're not that dangerous, right? Like I just thought at times it was a little too much. Like I get the pressing game. You're trying to press for those mistakes. But also, again, it goes back to what I said before a bit, is Arteta needs to analyze who we're playing on the weekend, right? Did we really need to press West Ham? They are crap. They are not dangerous. All they're going to do is play a long ball to Bowen half the time anyway. So I like the pressing, but I want to make sure that there's an end product out of the pressing, right? Because what I don't want is him gassed in the 72nd minute when it's 1-1 or 0-0, and we need that goal from a striker. and
True.
we're sort of like, okay, he's just, I think there's at times where he's just been, running in the channels, but not ready to receive the ball, or ready to receive the ball, and the service hasn't been there, or he gets the ball and his back's turned and he's, dinking around with it a little bit inside the box or just outside the box, and now there's more pressure on and he would lose the ball, right? So with that being said, he's still, to me, has a bit more work to do in just getting that synergy and that connection, like you said earlier, TJ, with Eze, right? I think once him and Eze and even Odegaard get onto the right wavelength, that there's goals to be had. But again, this is what his 9th or 10th game for Arsenal, right?
Yeah.
We've got this guy some time, right? He's not and I've said it before, and I think on a show with Jez even, that if Sporting Lisbon's midfield can figure it out, our midfield can figure it out.
Facts.
Right? If their midfield can figure out the service to get goals and lift a title, which they did last season, then our midfield should be able to do that as well. Our manager should put our midfield in positions to get him the ball in places where he can score the goals and not always with his back turned. So that's maybe a little bit of a criticism, but the 2 goals today will, I think, lead on to better things coming in the future, that this is a huge boost for his confidence. And then there's been debate too about the penalty that Saka took over him, etc. Let's not forget Saka wore the armband that day. It was Saka's 200th goal for Arsenal, and it seemed to be like a simple penalty. And I'm not going to leave any more of it than that. But this was huge, I think, for Gyökeres today, even though the goals were, on the different parts of the anatomy he probably didn't hope they would be on. But, hey, it goes across the line, it's a goal, right? And we got the 4-0 win today. And as long as he builds the confidence, I think there's more to come.
I think you made a perfect good point, and we'll actually end on that. A perfectly good point is that, like, we are now, the performance that I saw out of him today kind of justifies being patient. I think, like, if I were Liverpool right now and I had just brought in a striker for 130 M's, I would be pissed with the output. But this is 60, and he has scored what, 5 for us now? 5, right? 5 or 6.
I believe he got 2 against Leeds.
2 against Leeds, 2 today,
Liverpool.
and 1 against Forest. So 5.
We got to rate Arteta as well. Yeah. So 5. Okay.
Yeah, so 5. So yeah, and we'll rate Arteta. I completely forgot about that. But yeah, no, just to wrap up your point, man, like I completely agree with you that, like, I'm more excited than I was before, because we are starting to see the team really gel, and we're starting to see the team gel before January, which is in the past that hasn't necessarily been the case. We just start cooking after the winter break. But no, like, we are starting to gel. We're starting to show that we're a unit. And there are some of these games that we're winning that I don't even think we get out of second gear yet. So there is more to come. There's definitely more to come. Okay, last rating, 1 sentence, preempt it. Mikel Arteta. Don C.
I'll give him a 10.
Yeah, he was good.
He chose the players. He stuck with Gyökeres, Miles Kelly. He brought in Ethan. He done everything that negative so-called fans like me wanted. 10. Big up Arteta.
Yeah. Connor?
Yeah, 10. He couldn't have made any more perfect decisions, in my opinion. Everything about today was perfect. I wouldn't have changed anything about today. Even if it was a 1-0 win, a 2-0 win, everything, starting 11, everything for me was perfect. And 10.
All right.
10.
Me, Arteta's ultimate hater. American League Gunner is what people have called me in the chat. People are calling me T Gunner out there. Guys, Arteta gets a 10 from me. That lineup I saw that lineup and I'm like, we are going to fucking crush these guys. After that first half, it didn't look like that was going to happen. He had to have told them in the dressing room at half to say, be more brave, start taking more chances, believe in yourself on the ball, especially in the midfield. And guys like Miles Lewis-Skelly were listening. Guys like Gabriel Martinelli were listening. And that was key today. His management of that game was fantastic. You could not ask for any better. And key players came off. Like, the substitutions were great. You got Winieri coming on there. You got Marino coming in to close the game out. It was fantastic. I mean, and he had every reason, if he wanted to, he had every reason to start Calafiori today, and he didn't, because he believes in the youth of this squad. And we have given him a lot of shit about that in the past, and today he has shown that belief. We have plenty of players coming out of London Colney that are ballers. Give them the chance, and they will deliver, and they delivered today. Mikel Marino gets a 6. Mikel Arteta gets a 10 out of 10 from me today, guys. And that
I gotta give him a 10 too, real quick. And I'm gonna say one major sentence: halftime talks matter.
Yep.
Redemption song.
Facts.
Redemption song.
Halftime talks. Redemption song, brother.
All right, that's the show today, guys. We're gonna redirect you over to Big Six Bands. Go over there and laugh at Mont's Liverpool are in the mud, and we love that. And Arsenal are not. Big up Dow again. We will be back for American Idiots on Friday. I got to talk to you a little bit more about that. Don C, my brother over at Sarcasm City, my brother in real life. You can catch me and Don C every Saturday night on Sarcasm City with that absolute fraud, criminal, flawless. And then
is Tony no longer on the pod?
No, he's out.
Fuck.
He never, bro never responded to any messages. We're like, hey, bro, Tony, do you want to do a show? And he just didn't respond. So he's off the show. But anyway, and of course, big up my guy Connor every single time. And of course, big up Tony.
Big up Tony.
But yeah, we will be live again on this channel on Friday, but keep an eye out. Gaming streams are returning with the new Call of Duty coming out. There are some people wanting to squad up with us.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So that'll be
a mistake.
So that'll be some content for you guys. But yeah, big up. Appreciate everybody coming in. If you came through and you're watching this on repeat, smash the likes, smash the sub, and we will see you next time. Later.